What's up, everyone? Delvon Digital here, and this time I am going to do a POV. Delvon Digital here, and I'm here to give you a POV of the OnePlus Open camera. Sorry to interrupt this video, but just in case you didn't know, Delvon Digital makes his own custom wallpapers. All my wallpapers will be shown in my videos that you've been watching on this channel. So if you really want to support me, go ahead and hit that link down in the description below and go grab you some nice wallpapers. I mean, these things are dope. I do give all my supporters the Delvon Digital exclusive color, and in my custom wallpaper packs, there are 15 more colors just for you. So what you waiting for? Go ahead and pause this video, hit that link, and go get you some wallpapers and come on right back and finish this up. But anyways, let's get back to the video. Hey everyone, Delvon Digital here, and welcome to my photo review of the OnePlus Open. So I want to kind of do something a little different. I want to give you a review while I sit here and take live photos of for you with the OnePlus, and give you a little different perspective on how well this camera really is and how well it performs, because I really do enjoy this camera a lot. I think it's a great camera inside of foldable. I think it has great pro controls, and I think that the images come out very much to my liking, and I really kind of dig that. Now, is this the best camera out there for a foldable? That's up to a debate. It's based off your subjective view of how you like your photos to look. And me, I have a certain style, and this phone doesn't really complement that style. But if I had to say that, can I trust this camera to take great pictures for me to share on social media? It absolutely nails it just great. And in fact, no smartphone really takes pictures that complements my style. That's why I mostly shoot in RAW when I'm shooting photos. But while I'm sitting here shooting with this camera right now, I was struggling a little bit with the focus. So sometimes I will pull the manual focus, because when I'm tapping, you'll see me tapping like multiple times on the screen just to make sure that the focus get in there. And once the focus is there, I go ahead and take the photo. So what you're seeing now is me showing you pretty much how to take a little bit of better photos at the same time reviewing this, because if you notice the angles that I'm approaching each shot with, it's very important that you understand that angles can change the whole dramatic view of the photo. So make sure that you play around with the camera, because sometimes you're going to see me looking around and trying to actually find that perfect angle and shot through the viewfinder. And that's one of the great things about having a live viewfinder, is being able to actually see what you're going to shoot before you shoot it, so you can kind of get the perfect angle. Now, I was debating about going over there, and I think I actually did go over there towards the train. The train at the beginning of the video actually pretty much scared me. I left the audio out, so you didn't really get to hear that part. It started moving, and it had a loud bang, and it just kind of turned my head. And while I was right here in front of it just now getting this shot, I was a little nervous that it was going to happen again when I didn't expect it, but it didn't, so it was all good. But anyways, back to the camera. The camera is amazing. I love the colors. It feels a little bit natural when shooting with this. Now, I didn't shoot in RAW on purpose, because normally I shoot in RAW in all of these videos, and I do my own personal edits of what I like. But this time around, I kind of wanted to show you what the camera can actually do straight out of camera, the processing and everything, as well as being in a photographer hand. So this shot that I'm about to do right now, it wasn't a shot planned for this video at all. I just like that the guy had some Timberland boots and he was stepping on the devil's head. Whoever made that mural was just really dope, and I just wanted y'all to see it, so therefore I took a picture of it. Pretty dope thing. It was mud puddles everywhere out there. I couldn't stand it. But here I was trying to find me like the perfect angle, and sometimes I like getting real close to my subjects or whatever to get that natural blur, because these sensors are small, but if you get close enough, you can create more natural blur. And I definitely highly recommend that you guys try to start doing that more in your photography with these smartphones, at least until these 1-inch sensors hit the US phones, or maybe 1 year, sometime they will be even bigger than 1 inch. But until then, if you really want that natural blur without using portrait mode, then I think that the easiest way to do it is just get a little bit closer to your subject. And one of the best things you can do is like drop this under like Lightroom or Photoshop and use their blur tool to actually make better blur as well if you want a little bit more. So right here, I was trying to get the pixel fold. I didn't like the first shot that I did because the background wasn't separated enough. So I went ahead and moved the phone and gave it more separation. And as you can see here, I held it up to also give it more separation from the background. Now, this photo didn't come out exactly how I liked it. I wish it was a little bit darker, which I should have edited a little bit. But like I said, I didn't want to edit any footage in here at all whatsoever. Just wanted it to be straight out of camera so you know what you get. Now, some of you may like photos straight out the camera just the way they are, and some of you might want to do a little bit tweaking and stuff like that. Again, I told you that I have a little style and this doesn't really shoot at my style, but I will say this gives me a great canvas to start editing because everything is pretty much exposed properly. Everything, the colors are nice and it's not oversaturated, so I don't have to tone down. I can add. So I think OnePlus did a really good job with this camera. I actually sat out here and really enjoyed shooting. Yeah, at this point, you know, I was pointing at a wig, but we're gonna get to that later. So I was struggling with this shot right here. I was really trying to find something because when I come out here and I'm shooting with my phones, I really try to challenge myself a little bit and just kind of shoot awkward places sometimes just to see how I could be a little bit more creative, just try to help you guys out a little bit, but it was really hard with those stairs. Anyways, I came over here to the wig to get a picture for you guys. It was just weird that a wig was just hanging here looking like something off The Ring or The Grudge, maybe The Grudge, and maybe both actually. So here I'm trying to get this vent and finding an angle for it or whatever like that, because it was beautiful, you know, clouds outside. It's always good to get like clouds in your shots and stuff like that when you get some type of skyline. So right here, I thought that little spot was like really nice and everything like that. And you see what I mean by how natural it comes out, the colors and everything like that. For some, it may be a little bit muted, especially if you're coming from like a Samsung phone. But if you've been using like a Pixel, maybe this is really close to Pixel processing. I want to say that is not really that close to Apple's because Apple shoots a little warm compared to natural. And I think that the OnePlus, oh man, you see that big dog right there? I was scared. I'm not gonna cap y'all. I was terrified. I just stopped and just waited. And then he went by and I looked, I was like, okay, we're good. And then ironically, while I was shooting on the railroad tracks, because I went back to go shoot some B-roll for my video for the OnePlus review that you can actually check out, that's out right now. Go ahead and check that video out. Anyways, while I was shooting that B-roll, he came back with his dog to walk across the railroad tracks to the other side where some houses was at. And I was like, oh my God, I thought it was over with this big giant. That dog was huge, man. I mean, muscles on muscles and stuff. So I was a little nervous, but nothing happened, as you can see, because I'm sitting here doing this video. Yeah. Anyway, so I kept on walking and I was just trying to find something, and I thought this sign was, you know, a pretty good shot. So I decided to go ahead and hit that. As you can see, I was having focusing problems with it a little bit, but eventually I got the focus and stuff. But it's sometimes better to just go ahead and grab manual focus. I do it a lot with a lot of my phones that actually give me the, you know, resources to be able to do it without a third-party app. I really don't like downloading third-party apps to, you know, do my photography. I like the native cameras with the pro modes. If they have it, I prefer it and I use it, and therefore, you know, I get the best of the raw files. I'm assuming, you know, from the native app than a third-party app, but sometimes you just gotta grab that third-party app. So as I progressed through here, I really was running out of things to shoot at this time, but I was trying to make sure that I had, you know, a good enough amount of time to kind of review this and talk about it a little bit. So I just started finding other things. And for some reason, the natural blur just didn't kick in. I think macro mode kicked in on me at that last shot, and it was doing it in this shot and I was struggling. But now we're getting to some of my favorite shots right here. When I ran into these flowers, it was just given. So the flower shots, all of the flower shots were just, I loved them. It was probably my best shots that I've did today, you know, using the OnePlus Open. But other than that, I want to say that this camera is very reliable. I did not test it when I was, you know, with moving subjects or anything like that. I should have done that, but that's not how I use my cameras. Mostly, you know, I'm mostly just taking pictures like I am now. This is kind of like what I do when I'm not using my professional camera for photography. This is something fun to me and relaxing for me to be out here and just finding subjects to shoot. So really overall, I just want to say that the OnePlus open camera is a really good shooter, and I think it's very dependable, and I think that for the most part, in most situations, that you'll be totally fine with this camera. So I really hope that you enjoyed this review, and I hope you enjoyed this video and all the great shots. And this has been Delvon Digital, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below as well, and I'll catch you in the next video. Delvon Digital, peace out.